Has arrived here in Wuhan, China, where tickets to Germany in September are being decided on day 4. Alongside former Australian World Cup and Olympics assistant coach Laurie Chiswick, I'm John Casey. We're glad you could join us for this entertainment. Already in this session, we've seen Brazil score an amazing comeback win over Mali by 3 points, and Belgium made it 4 straight wins, accounting for South Sudan by 38 points. And now it's Czechia against China. And Laurie, a win for the European team sends them to the World Cup for the first time since 2014.
Wow, how exciting for Czechia. They will want to put everything on the court because everything is on the line. They come into this game with a great result, beating Brazil by 19 points coming from behind. So they will be really fired up and ready to go.
And so for China, well, given the result earlier today with Belgium, and they are qualified as well. They won't be dislodged, so they are going through. But right now, it's a good test for both these teams. They say evenly matched on paper, and both of them will be looking for another win here. Czechia 2-1. Likewise, China, their loss to Belgium. And Czechia's loss was to Mali, which is somewhat interesting. China beat Mali by 13. Czechia lost to Mali by 13. So that was an interesting scenario for them. But as you say, they come here off a big win by 19 points over Brazil. It was 84-65. They won 3 of the 4 quarters, and they looked impressive, as they have at times during the tournament.
Well, Brazil came out really strongly that game, and it was only Czechia that really performed in that second half, and they just had a plethora of scorers out there, and they will want all those same players involved in today's game because they know the might of China, this passionate crowd behind them. It is going to be a big ask.
They've only won the rebound count once in 3 games, Czechia. It's an area of concern that they've shown in the past, and also shooting the ball from deep at 26%, the lowest in the competition, and they take a lot of threes. They look after the ball very well, giving up just 12 turnovers, but they do commit the most fouls in the tournament, averaging 21 per game. Romana Potachkova is their coach, but the crowd will go crazy here because China are about to join us here at the Wuhan Sports Center.
It's always great when China gets to play in front of their home crowd because they are loved here in China. The crowd is always really vocal and passionate, and so it's always a fun atmosphere, and it'll be fun for Czechia to play in front of this crowd as well. Wang
Siyu was the star last night, picked up the MVP with 17 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists, and she had to really come on and save them at one stage. South Sudan gave a good account of themselves, but it was China winning 86-76, and earlier defeating Mali by 13 and that 15-point loss to Belgium as well. But of course, the big story is around Zhang Suyu, the 18-year-old, and she's been impressive so far. She's averaging 14 points a game to be 8th in the competition, 6 rebounds as well to be top 10. To lead this team in scoring, there she is a great result for someone so young and still finding a way. Absolutely it is, and the team, she is finding her way, and the team is also finding their way on how to play with her, how best to facilitate her, and so it's a little bit of a work in progress, but each time that she steps on the court, it seems to improve. Gong Lu Ming is their coach, and we will pause now for the national anthems of Czechia and China.
Now, national anthem of Czechia. 奏捷克国歌。 Please remain standing for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. 请保持肃立，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Another good crowd in the house here, as you would expect. China playing on the evening game in each of the 4 days so far. About 6,500 in the house on last night on a Saturday, and just a little bit less than that tonight here on a Sunday night. And they'll conclude their campaign after a rest day tomorrow on Tuesday with a game against Brazil. Our referees for this game, Ruben Woolcock from Australia. There's the man in the middle there. To his left is Martin Davison from New Zealand, and Silvio Mazziali from Italy is on the right there. These teams, Gloria, are so evenly matched in many of the categories. They're second and third in scoring. They're first and second in looking after the ball. They're first and third in rebounding. So it should be a very good contest as we take a look at the Czechia starting five. And there's one change to their lineup because Julia Rysingerova, who's suffered an elbow injury in the previous game, she's going to come off the bench here and perhaps be used sparing. Let's hope she can get some action though. And she's been replaced by Natalia Stopalova, who actually started the opening game of the tournament. Brachkova, Hamzova, Holishinska and Chikova, who's going to be certainly important for them tonight. And Romana Potachkova, well, she's going to have to come up with a good plan here to get the job done against China.
Well, she is, and especially with their tallest player in Rysingerova starting on the bench. When she does come on, we'll see that her elbow is heavily strapped, not moving that well, but she still wants to get out there and play because she knows the absolute importance of this game.
Fourth game for China, fourth different starting five, and the change being made, or Zhang Ru, who started last evening, has been moved to the bench. And we're going to see Tang Zhu Chin moved into the starting lineup along with Zhang Man Man, Yang Shu Yu, the captain, Wao Siyu and Han Shu.
Well, they've kept 4 of those starters consistent for across the other games and just have made a change to that 5th starting spot each game. So good to give somebody else an opportunity to see how they perform.
And that's what we've touched on during the tournament. They're trying to really in a rebuilding process. So Coach Gong Lu Ming is still looking for combinations and finding how they're going to use the 18-year-old sensation Zhang Zuyu as well.
Well, they want to look at not only how to use her, but the personnel around her that can best get her the ball, can best understand the movement. So it is a matter of looking at different rotations out there. And they still have to qualify, but in that process, they are trying these different things out and having a good look. You can see the coaches just giving the final instructions to their players because both teams want to come out to a really good start. We've seen numerous occasions where one team gets a really healthy start and the other team is playing catch-up basketball for that first quarter, so it's really important. China, obviously in front of their home crowd, is going to want to start good and ride the wave with the crowd, and Czechia will want to try and take them right out of it.
China has only won one of their opening quarters so far here at the tournament. It's been a little bit problematic for them. Czechia have won 2 of their 3 first quarters so far. Saw Hamzova get their scoring underway last night against Brazil. They led by 4 at quarter time, but surrendered the lead in the second quarter before bouncing back and eventually finishing 19-point winners.
You You mentioned Hamzova, number 10. While she only had 7 points, I thought she was really good in that game. 7 rebounds, 6 assists. She really played a role as far as keeping that group together and was instrumental when they were on that comeback against Brazil.
She's had double-digit scoring the 2 previous games as well. So Eliška Hamzova certainly key component here for Czechia. They need a win if they can go back to the World Cup. Han Xu wins the tap for China. And the captain, Yang Shu-Yu's very quick to get into action. Han Xu harassed by Emma Chikova, long way from the rack. This is Tang Zu Chin, who's been inserted into the starting lineup. This is Zhang Man. Shot clock to 5 here as they work it down low. Han Xu in traffic. That's a tough shot, but she gets it done.
What a great way to start for Han Xu. Back to player down just a little bit, then a nice little hook shot, which I saw her practicing prior to the game.
Hamzova gives it up. That's support from Varachkova. Looks inside with a difficult pass, but Hamzova was good enough to reel it in, but couldn't connect from close range. Zhang Man. Well, I'll see you. And they swing it around the perimeter, back to where it started with Zhang Man. Yang Shu-Yu with it. Slide at top of the key. Now wants some penetration. She ran into a wall of traffic and draws a foul. Free throws to come here is the call from Martin Davison as well. Although he's in conference now with Ruben Woolcock, who may not be convinced that there was actually a shot being made here. See Hamzova on the retreat. So it is a foul on Hamzova, a blocking foul. It is 2 free throws to come for China.
Well, that's a good result for them to be sent to the foul line so nice and early, and plus to give that first foul to Hamzova.
Perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line so far at the tournament. She's averaging 11 points, 4 rebounds and 5 assists. She's top 10 in assists, steals and block shots, the captain. Playing 33 minutes, and when she's playing well, China are playing well. She is the glue that holds them together without a doubt. So the first 4 points of the game belong to the host nation. Hamzova one way, back the other. Gets the ball to Varachkova. She's off the mark. Rebound grab by Tang. And a foul going to be called here on Stopalova. So second foul on Czechia.
Varachkova was sensational with her 17 points and 4 rebounds against Brazil, and so they'll want to get the ball in her hands nice and early like they just tried to in that last play phase.
Zhang Man, oh, it slapped out of her hands. Eliška Hamzova relieved her of possession and now rushes to the other end, but the D was equally impressive from Zhang Man, who prevented the layup, cleans up her own mess there. Good work reaching in with the hands before she could get anything happening there, Hamzova. But here's Holishinska firing. That's off the mark. Loose ball. Chikova got a piece of it. Batted it down out of court. China will come up with possession. Chikova coming off 12 points, 5 rebounds in the game against Brazil. She's been in double digits in every game and had 5 rebounds in each game as well. Tang Zu Chin shares it now. Yang Shu-Yu. Zhang Man, top of the key. Shot clock to single digits. Lowell's pass, or just a little sloppy. Knocked down by Varachkova. Thought she'd done enough to win it back, but they've left China with only 6 on the shot clock here. Zhang Man to restart. Han Xu puts it on the deck. Needs help. Outside shot comes from Tang. That's off the mark. And they crashed the boards with multiple players there, Czechia, and they needed to as well. Now here's Holishinska. Got Chikova in motion. Oh, she's shut down. Tang Zu Chin with a rejection, but Emma Chikova stays with it and gets the first bucket for Czechia.
Well, good for her to stay with it because that was a nice block, but she didn't stop. She kept going in the play phase.
Well, it took 2.5 minutes, but they're underway. As Zhang Man comes up empty from deep. Whistle on the play from Ruben Woolcock as well. So another foul is going to be called here on Stopalova, I believe. So it is, and it's her second personal, 3rd team foul on Czechia. China are yet to commit.
Well, I'm really impressed the way China right now are headhunting their screens. They're going and finding players so that their teammates can be open for shots, and they're really nailing their screens.
So Stopalova injected into the starting 5, has to sit down after picking up 2 quick fouls here inside 3 minutes. She's replaced by Pospisilova. She's been creative in a couple of games so far, and here she is with it with an early touch. Looking for Chikova, trying to look off the D. Worried out of the points initially, but again she's persistent and rewarded, and she's got all 4 of the points.
Chikova's doing a great job at both ends of the point. She was the one that got her hand in that pass to create that turnover, and then goes down and scores at the other end.
So after China scored the first 4, the next 4 belong to Czechia. Yang Shu Yu off glass comes up with a finish.
Well, she decided not to use the screen set by Han Shu and instead go downhill straight to the basket. As we see Hamzova do the same thing, he just wasn't able to finish.
Well, good pressure again. They've won it back, stolen it away here. Rachkova went solo. It's off the mark. Chikova tried to keep it alive, but it trickles out of court.
Chikova has been very active at both ends of the court, and just her endeavor there to try and keep that ball in play for her team.
She's 21 years of age. Emma Chikova, the youngest player on the Czechia lineup, as Han Shu sits down. And we're seeing Wang Jianxi carry the ball here. Local player, plays with Wuhan here in China. The Yuru gives it up. Yang Shu Yu. Lob pass inside for her. The Yuru couldn't finish it initially. Trying to keep it alive, Tang Tzu Chin. Unable to do so. Olishinska goes behind the back, reels it in. Almost 4 minutes played in the opening quarter. It's China by 2. And Chikova's doing a lot of the work here for her team, and she's got all 6 points.
Well, she backed her foot speed against Li Yuru, thought that she could take that penetration, take her off the dribble from the elbow area. Did a fantastic job.
Hamzova almost came up with another steal there, but it bounced off her foot out of court. So China will restart with 15 on the shot clock, and we're seeing Zaidamarova check in. And Alishka Hamzova goes to the bench. Took over 4 minutes played. Wang Jianxi, Yang Shu Yu. Inside, oh, great D. Well done. The block came from Olishinska. She's top 10 in the tournament in that category.
Shot's got to get up.
And Luau pulls the trigger. That's off the mark. Olishinska grabs the rebound. Lob pass for Chikova, and she draws a foul, cutting across in front of her. Wang Jianxi has committed the first foul for China in the game. And Chikova, who has all 6 points for Czechia, is going to the free throw line.
Oh, she's going to need a sub soon. Her work rate has been phenomenal, and she has been getting up and down the court.
Only 4 of 8 from the stripe so far at the tournament, 50%. She gets there more than any other player for Czechia, but they're not a high free throw shooting team. It's not their style of play. There's Chikova's mother and father again joining us, as they have every night.
Yeah, they only, as a team, shoot 58% from the free throw line, so that's an area that they really could improve on, because we know if it is a close game, free throws can make the difference.
So she's got all 7, Chikova, and put her team in front for the first time in the game. To put that into context, Camila Cardoso, who plays for Brazil, has almost taken more free throws herself than Czechia has as a team. So Gong Lu Ming, the Chinese coach, got a big assignment at the moment, trying to keep his team switched on. Right, oh, what a play. Olishinska knocks down the 3.
Well, we had a good angle to see that when it left her hand, and it was a great shot, never looked in doubt.
First 3 of the game for Czechia. China, none of 3 from long range so far. They're overdue as Wang Jianxi fires, now none of 4. Rachkova gets the rebound, releases Olishinska. They want to play up tempo. Plenty of motion at the offensive end here For Czechia, Oleshinska almost stripped of it by Tung Zhu Chin. Barachkova, 8 on the shot clock. Works it to Pospisilova. She fires baseline, overcooked it. Wang Zhansi will bring China back up the floor. Had the early running, but now find themselves down 4 here. Li Yuru, Wang Zhansi. Now Yang Shu-yu. Now whistle off the ball here. There's contact down low. The foul's going to be called on Yulia Raisingarova, who's checked into the game.
Well, and you can see how heavily strapped her elbow is, and I don't know that we're going to see her shoot the ball much, but she will be still setting screens, rebounding, and most importantly, defending the likes of Li Yuru, which we just saw them get in a bit of a tangle.
4th team foul on Czechia as well. They've got over 4 minutes to navigate without committing a gain or getting them China to the stripe. Good hesitation dribble there from Che and works to the baseline. She couldn't finish it though, but Li Yuru is there to clean up and come up with her first score in the game.
They did a good job because Czechia went into a zone on that side out of bounds play, so that was a good navigation by China.
Zaidhamarova fires right to the lap of honour and came out. And there's a gang contact between Li Yuru and Yulia Raisingarova. And so free throws to come here. So Yulia Raisingarova has given up 2 fouls, and now they're over the limit. It looks as though she's going to be taken out of the game. So that's going to blunt her impact on the game with those foul problems now, even though it's already less than ideal for her with that elbow injury.
I have a feeling Chekova is going to have to play some big minutes in today's game.
Li Yuru gets to the stripe more than any other player for China. 8 of 9 at 89% at the tournament so far. She's been good. And they've steadied here after Czechia got out to a 10-6 advantage. Chance for them to get back on level terms. 3.5 to play in this opening quarter. And Li Yuru goes back to the bench. So she's got 4. Yang Shu-yu has 4, and Han Shu is the other scorer. And we're seeing Zhang Zhu-yu for the first time, the teenager. Youngest player at the tournament. Their leading scorer and leading rebounder on averages. Chekova, skip pass. Anyulova running out of real estate. They get it back to the corner. It's off the mark, and Barachkova can't succeed in knocking it down out of court.
Well, Czechia would be well aware of the fact that when Chung Zhu-yu comes onto the court that they go into a zone, so they'd be prepared for that. They'd have their zone structures, offenses in place.
China with some problems restarting. Eventually they got it underway. Lead the rebound count 12-6 at the moment, China. They're dominating the boards. CU, MVP from last night, puts it on the deck, working against Anyulova. Gave her some difficulties. Shot clock about to expire here. Great defensive pressure there from Czechia, and they have the possession arrow. They'll come up with it.
As soon as she did a spin move and turned her back, there was a defender right there to tie it up and put her in all sorts of trouble, and Czechia come up with the possession arrow.
Barachkova puts it on the deck, works to the elbow. She's deep with the attempt though, and a chance now for Che-Yu-Gia. One way back the other. Eventually navigates her way across the halfway line. Harassed there by Veronika Barachkova. Wang Zhansi gets it back from Lual Siyu. Now Che-Yu-Gia. Shot clock in red numbers now. They want it inside, but the pass wasn't on. Lual eventually does find the Zhang Zhu-Yu. And she doesn't convert. And here's a chance now for Czechia. Barachkova, oh, the pass knocked down. Great D twice there by Che-Yu-Gia, and it's going to result in an easy 2 for Lual Siyu.
And much to the love of the crowd, that steal, that finish.
6 unanswered points here from China has them back on top inside the last 2 minutes of this opening quarter. Czechia just 1 of 5 from long range in the game so far. That was great defensive work there from Czechia. Had to make 2 plays there. The offense has dried up for Czechia here in the last 3 and a bit minutes. Wang Shanxi. China across halfway, guarded by Zaithamarova. Czechia puts it on the deck, goes on with the dribble, skip pass, 1CU. Emma Chikova in a world of problems down low. Here's Che once more from outside. And a shot clock going off in the background. So good defensive pressure there, and Chikova did a good job. You can see giving away centimetres to her much taller opponent, Jung Soo-yu. Chikova 195 centimetres versus the 220 of Jung Soo-yu. Pospisilova is a little casual with the pass, and this is better ball movement from China. Close range, well, LCU couldn't make it fit.
They'll be disappointed in that because that was a great passage of play.
Zaithamarova, Chikova has been their best player so far, and now she's got 9 of their 12.
She's been outstanding so far.
Ties it away for us inside the last minute of this opening quarter.
I feel like China need to move the ball a little bit more quickly, shift the defense, then just get it up into the air for Chung Soo-yu before the defense can double or triple team. Now, she seems to be aware enough that if she is doubled or tripled, she'll send it back outside.
6 fouls on Czechia here in this opening quarter. As I mentioned, they average 21 a game, which is the most in the tournament. And by averages, that's going to be putting the opponent in the bonus every quarter. That's not the scenario you want. 1CU gives China back the lead. Low scoring first term. There's Chikova. Oh, just a little casual with it, and now a chance for Wang Shanxi, who goes to work, and it works for her as well.
Wang Shanxi has been great at both ends of the court. She's controlling the tempo offensively, setting them up, and then came up with a great steal and a finish.
Shot clock, 7 seconds inside the game clock. Pospisilova talked out of the points by the big frame of Jung Soo-yu there. Shut her down, changed the shot. Got the defensive stop and a chance now for China to expand the margin with the last play of the opening quarter. Oh, nice pass, an even better one from close range. And it's Jung Soo-yu who comes up with her first score in the game just prior to the quarter-time buzzer. And an entertaining first term concludes where both teams were in front, but at quarter-time, it's China 17, Czechia 12 here in Wuhan. They scored the first 4 points of the game. Then we saw Czechia hit their straps thanks to Emma Chikova. So both teams having their moments here in this opening quarter.
Well, Emma Chikova, 9 points for the quarter, but if we just look at a few of the stats there, China right now aren't finding range, 0 from 5 from the 3-point line. However, they are 83%, 5 from 6 from 3 throws, so that's really keeping them ahead in this count in this game so far. But I'm sure they'll find their range because we know that they've got some great prolific 3-point shooters. Hanshu started off proceedings with just a nice little hook shot to get things going, but then it was Chikova at the other end that just answered and answered again. I think, John, you said she had the first 9 points of the quarter?
First 7 she scored for Czechia.
So she was doing it in different ways. She was taking it off the dribble. She was running the floor, running to the point of the rim. So she had a great start.
Three-point shooting has left a little bit desired for both teams here at the moment. None of 5 China, 1 of 5 from Czechia. The rebound count 15-9 in favour of China. Gives them the edge there. 5 turnovers from China. It's just a little above where they want to be. Fouls were 6-1 in that opening quarter as well. This is Czechia's modus operandi. You can download the Courtside 89.1 app. The QR code there. Get online. Keep up to date with everything that's happening here in these qualifying tournaments across 3 different continents. A total of 60 games in 5 days. China, France, Puerto Rico and Istanbul, Turkey. Trying to get us underway here in the second. They lead by 5. I'm happy with that start. Reminder, Czechia with a win can qualify for the World Cup for the first time in 14 years. And Han Chu, as she did at the start of the first quarter, open scoring here again.
Well, she caught that ball exactly where she wanted to. Just nice little turnaround. She's very used to that distance.
Travelling violation called here on Holeškinska. So turnover number 4 for Czechia. It's a 7-point lead for China, so the margin's never been bigger. Zhang Manman takes the restart from Zhang Rul, who we're seeing for the first time. Han Shu. Chai Ming-ling's onto the floor her first minutes as well. Han Shu double teamed inside. Quick release shot is off the mark there from Che Yu-jia. Malishka Hamzova uses the support of Stopalova. Comes back in to start this quarter with those 2 fouls. Ambitious shot there from Malikova, who's off the mark. Zhang Manman. Get it around the perimeter to young Xu Yu. Down to the baseline. Going on with a dribble. Initially she wanted to pass, but that was a good decision to keep going. She's now got 6 in the game, and the margin is out to a game-high 9.
Well, great players like young Xu Yu find ways and means to score. So it wasn't just a straight-up layup. She had to weave her body in, but she found a way, and very impressive basket from her.
Scored the first 4 points of the game, China. They've scored the first 4 points out of quarter time. Saw by those numbers, the 9 points off the bench is telling at the moment for China.
So it's really important here that Czechia don't let this margin go out anymore. We know that China can go on real runs, so it's important that Czechia lock down defensively and then make sure offensively they're getting the ball through hands, movement, shifting the defense, and then seeing what's open.
China has 7 scorers in the game at the moment. Czechia has 2.
Yeah.
Chikova's 9 and Holeškinska with that 3 ball. They haven't scored in this second term. They played 90 seconds. And China in the driver's seat at the moment. Malishka Hamzova uses Stopalova. And now it's Chikova from outside. Offensive rebound from Varachkova and her first score in the game. Again, it took them some time, more than 2 minutes, or around 2 minutes, to come up with their first score of the quarter. Zhang Manman, single digits on the shot clock. This young Xu Yu, tough shot, couldn't get it done. Malishka Hamzova uses Varachkova, skip pass, Petra Holeškinska.
Well, that's the player you want to skip pass it to in transition, because she's a great 3-point shooter, 42% from beyond the arc.
Inside from close range, Chai Ming-ling gets her first score in the game. Hamzova went on with the dribble. Chikova tried to get beyond Han Shu. She got it done. She's got 11 now in the K. Individual star of the show so far, but she needs to find some support. Zhang Manman just patient with the offense. It's a young Xu Yu. Generally will make a good decision. Rolls it down now. Chai Ming-ling outside. This is Zhang Manman.
Oh, the lucky bounce for Manman.
So a double-digit lead here for China. Czechia have got some problems. They need a bucket. Stopalova can't provide it. And the outlet pass gets them running. Cheyujia spinning down to the baseline. Han Shu for the extras.
That is such great team basketball. Knowing that your teammate in Han Shu is there to be able to pass that too.
11-4 run out of quarter time, and the margin's out to 12 here. Czechia with problems. Vorachkova, Chikova getting some treatment from Han Shu, just disrupted the play outside. Holishinska. That wouldn't work. Been happening off the ball as well. Stopalova in a wrestle down there with her Chinese opponent. And it's Yang Shu Yu off and running. Han Shu joining in. Well, that's a foot violation. Come up with possession there from Natalia Stopalova. And they're going to bring Yulia Rysingerova onto the floor here because Emma Chikova is cooked.
Well, she is, because she's not only doing it all at the offensive end and running the floor, but she has had the task of guarding Han Shu, Li Yiru, whoever comes in. And she's only 21 years old, and so that's a tough ask on her to be able to continue that. So a well-needed sub for her.
Han Shu, 6 points on 3 of 3 from the field, has been effective, and so too is Chae Min Ling, who adds to her tally. She's got 4 on 2 of 2. Well, the lead continues to balloon here. It's out to 14. And finally, they get a chance for a high percentage play here. Han Shu picks up the foul, going to be her first personal. It's just the second team foul in total on China, and 6 for Czechia at the moment, as Rysingerova will go to the free throw line.
I'll be interested to see how she shoots this shot.
3 of 6 in the tournament from the free throw line at 50%, but that looks a little inconvenienced. She's averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, lead the competition in blocks at the moment. 1 of 7 from long range. Her best work comes inside the paint, but that looked less than 100%, that shooting motion. She's going to get another chance here. Someone was inside the lane early. LCU may have been the culprit.
Yeah, she just can't fully extend it, so, you know, there's no follow through, there's no sort of, well, there you, oh, I thought she had that one.
They get the long rebound. Well done, Stopalova, to give them another chance here, and they need it. Hams over, trying to shake LCU. Han Shu had it knocked out of her hands, did well to reel it back in. So China running all the momentum at the moment. They lead by 14. Chang Man Man, like a Harlem Globetrotter, down on her knees, trying to keep it alive. And the possession arrow here is with Czechia. Karolina Shotolova is going to check in for the first time in the game for Czechia. And see Han Shu getting some advice.
Yes, and Li Yiru has come in for Han Shu. So both coaches using their benches freely.
Just 4 points for Czechia here in almost 5 minutes of the second. Vorachkova helps herself to another bucket.
As I said, she had 17 points against Brazil, and she's feeling really confident with her shooting right now. It looks like a nice shot, but was a nice little pocket pass and a finish from Li Yiru.
Timeout called here by Czechia. No problems trying to contain the offensive firepower of China, who've opened up a 14-point lead.
Well, I just feel, John, that this is probably the best that we've seen China play so far this tournament. They look really focused, and they look like they've got a real purpose to what they're doing. Yes, they've qualified, but they want to show these fans here that they can play basketball and see what they can do. Let's have a listen into this timeout.
46 is the highest halftime score we've seen from China at this tournament so far. That came last night against South Sudan on their way to an 86-76 win. They had 46 at the major break. Still for Czechia. They're finding it hard at the offensive end. They've got just the 3 scorers so far. Czechia has 11 of their 18. Needs support. Racing it over. Whistle off the ball here. Young Shu Yu is going to be called for the foul. It's going to be her first personal. Second team foul on China in this term. Czechia yet to commit a foul after they had 6 in the opening term. Oleshinska exploring. Zhang Ru comes across to guard her. In fact, no, it's Chai Ming-Ling. All knocked down out of court. They've got 2.2 on the shot clock here, Czechia. Nice move from Chai Ming-Ling, just to go as if she was going to restart and confuse everyone. Had me thinking for a moment, oh, that's a nice restart play, an easy 2 from Varachkova. Well, she's come to the party in this term. All 6 points for her in this quarter. That's out of the 8, a team of mustard. Young Shu Yu now off the ball here. I'll see you wrestling down low with Oleshinska, who's going to be called for the foul. Going to be her first personal, first team foul on Czechia in this term. There it is in replay, and Oleshinska is saying I wasn't doing anything wrong. Contact all seemed to be initiated from the front. Oh, good play there from Varachkova. Used the body well and then caught the pass intended for an opponent. But Young Shu Yu, the captain, again leading from the front here and making things happen for her team. Grabbing a rebound when they need it, creating an assist when they need it. She can score as well. As an offensive foul is going to be called here as Li Yuru tumbles to the deck. Her first personal, 3rd team foul on China in this quarter.
Well, I think overall, China still have done a good job at having some foul discipline out there. I know that was a bit of an issue at various stages during this tournament, but they seem to be really focused, moving their feet more laterally, keeping their hands out, and playing some pretty good defense, especially keeping Czechia to 20 points right now.
1 of 9 from long range. Czechia need a bucket. Varachkova, well, she is on fire. 8 points in this term after being scoreless at quarter time. Young Shu Yu, Li Yuru. Wang Siyu gets it next. Good pressure from Czechia. Shotolova's lifted the intensity at the defensive end since checking into the game, and now the shot clock's at red numbers for China. Young Shu Yu goes on with a dribble, couldn't complete it, kept alive by Chai Ming-Ling, and here's Li Yuru losing control. Shotolova cuts across and comes up with a loose ball. She was running out of real estate, did well to keep that alive, but the pass from Reisinger over, too hot for Pospisilova, and they turn it over.
Just a wasted opportunity from Czechia because they did such a good job to get that ball in their possession. And they can't afford to turn it over. They're down by 10 right now.
9 turnovers in the game for China. 6 for Czechia at the moment. So China had 5 turnovers at quarter time, another 4 here. Been a little bit reckless with the ball. Wang Siyu picks up the dribble, needs help. Young Shu Yu gets to the baseline, overcooked it from close range. Chai Ming-Ling kept it alive, went back to Wang Siyu. Whistle on the play, and a foul is going to be called on China. Looks as though Luau Siyu is going to pick up the foul. So that's going to be 4 in this quarter for China. In fact, it is 4. The scoreboard inside suggests they're actually over the limit. But I have them down for 4 at the moment. So that's where we're at. Outside shot, Shotolova is off the mark. Czechia couldn't reel it in, but it comes back to Shotolova, and another chance here for Oleshinska.
They've had their chances right now.
Czechia keeps it alive from the other wing. Again, they come up empty, and the 3-point shooting just isn't falling for them. They're 1 of 12 from deep here, Czechia, and none of 7 from deep here in this second term. And a foul called here, and Luau Siyu will go to the stripe.
It is a physical game out there. Every single position, there is a battle. There's battles all over the place for the rebound, for the O boards, keeping it alive. We saw that Czechia had 3 chances at that end, a couple of chances down at this end. Oh, and now we can take a breath and go to the foul line.
It's been frantic. End-to-end stuff. Trust you are enjoying our coverage wherever you may be watching around the world. The FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2026 qualifying tournament here in Wuhan, China. Belgium earlier today, outstanding 102-64 winners over South Sudan, and a thriller between Mali and Brazil, with Brazil coming from 14 down at three-quarter time to get it done 76-73 and keep their hopes of reaching the World Cup alive. Now, I'll see you. Perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe coming into this game. First blemish at the tournament for her, but they're going to keep it alive here. Good hustle. They do seem a little more energised. I think you're right, Laura. This is the best that we've seen them so far. They're only so-so against Mali in the win. Belgium had them covered. And against South Sudan, well, it was only a 10-point margin, and times they just weren't in sync. Now, red numbers on the shot clock again here. The corner 3 comes from Tang Soo Chin. That's off the mark. Lee Yuru gets after it. Looked like a heads-up play there from Anyalova to work it out of court off her opponent, although China are going to maintain possession here. Just 10 points for Czechia here in this term, 16 from China. Czechia averaging 79 a game, second most in the competition, but that was bloated a little by their opening 89-point haul against South Sudan, who are undermanned with just 8 players. Quick release up the floor. They need a quick bucket, and they get it from Pospisilova.
They were in a zone, and often in the zone, if you can get a good rebound, you can get out and run, and we saw an example of that right then.
First score in the game for Pospisilova after missing her opening 3 shots. Here's Wang Siyu showing them some bricks and coming up with her.
Showing why she was MVP of the game yesterday.
11-point margin. Pospisilova fires again and feeling confident. Knocks down another.
And they need somebody like her scoring.
Well, the pass from Wang Siyu was ambitious. Really didn't give Lee Yuru much to work with. And Shuttlova is off and running here. Chakova joining in. At the top of the key, Pospisilova for 3 in a row. Off the mark, Chakova got a piece of it. Now there's contact and a whistle from Martin Davison. Free throws to come here. So the foul on China. Timeout called by Gong Lu Ming. Let's get another look at this. Chakova kept it alive. And tangle of arms and legs there as Siyu went down. But Pospisilova, well, we saw this in the game against South Sudan. She can come on and have an impact straight away.
She's got 4 points right now, and that's what she averages over the course of the 3 games. So she's doing that right now.
上去守一个2-3联防，啊，小宝中间，你们两个在后面，啊，换一下，完了进攻推的，进攻，出来，打小宝，小宝拿球看下顺，啊，完了你来下顺，守你们两个。
Laura, we saw those 3-point shooting percentages there, 1 of 12 versus 1 of 9. At what stage do you decide that this isn't working and go to a plan B? Or in this modern basketball world, is it just that's what we're going to do and we're going to stay with it and hope that eventually it's going to turn for us? I mean, I know Kobe Bryant, the late great, called it accidental basketball, where we just move the ball around until we get someone open and we pull the trigger on a 3. But it seems these days that Brazil are certainly different from that, the way they go about it, pound the ball into their 2 bigs and see how you go. But I often see teams with numbers like that who don't seem to have a plan B.
Well, it's interesting that both teams are struggling from 3-point range, and I think when that happens, you have to make sure that you have movement, different options out there. So if you can get it inside, I mean, China certainly have the size in there, so if you do get it inside and their defense collapses and then you kick it out to a wide open shooter, well, if they miss it, you still have to say, well, that was a good shot to take.
They want to sub Emma Czechia out here, perhaps maybe with the blood rule. It's always a little mean when you're on the free throw line and just knock one down. So they bring in Natalia Stopalova.
A bit of pressure on her now. A good sub, coach.
Yeah. Right person to get in there. She makes the back end there. Oh, foul going to be called here on Sidehammerova. Her first personal, third team foul on Czechia here in this term. And as you can see, it was one CU just rolling her ankle a little there. And that's not fun for anyone.
Oh, I tell you, at this stage of the tournament, this is game number 4 for each of these teams. The bodies are starting to feel it in this, you know, when you're in tournament play.
That's Belgium played too short today and then suffered an injury with Betty Manunga during the second quarter, so they were right up against it, but it didn't bother them. But outside shot, deep with the 3, Tang Zushin. So 1 of 10 from deep for China from long range.
And both teams are going hard after the O boards, and that's why we see so many clashes out there when in a rebound situation. Czechia lead the competition in 16 O boards, averaging a game. So, you know, that's what sometimes just the physicality where it comes from.
Good ball movement. Chikova talked out of the points there by Li Yuru, but stayed with it. It adds to her tally. So she's up to 15 in the game on 6 of 10 shooting.
So impressed with the poise that she has from such a young player, 21 years old.
Final play of the first half. Wang Siyu puts it on the deck. Spoon feeds it down low for the finishing touches. Coming from Zhang Ru. Sidehammerova's going to have to fire from deep. It's not far off the mark. She got a good look at it. But an up-tempo, entertaining first half concludes here. And at one stage, after leading by 14 points, China find themselves with a 7-point advantage going into the major break. It's halftime in Wuhan. China 37, Czechia 30. Well, good fight back in the last 6 minutes of that quarter. It was 14-7 in favour of Czechia to drag themselves back from a 14-point hole. And that's put them right in the frame.
Sorry, China's been looking more inside, 61% inside the key area. So that's something they want to continue to do with their size. But Chikova, as we see, just dominating for Czechia. 15 points, and she is doing a fantastic job because she is defending some bigger, stronger bodies out there, and it can take its toll, but I've been impressed how she's been able to stand up and continue. There's the passing inside that we talked about. They want to get it into their bigs, in Hanshu, into Liru. And they want to continue. There's such a height difference in there that why wouldn't you do that, especially if their three-point shooting isn't falling. They aren't falling their shots.
Well, it's quite an arm wrestle at the moment. The Yuru getting the bucket there. China, a 7-point advantage, but it could have been a whole lot better for them. Full credit to Czechia for hanging tough here. Barachkova was key to that. She had 8 in that term out of the 18 that her team had. A little bit of pain for Zhang Manman and China. Look at this from Wang Siyu. She continues to impress the veteran. So halftime here, it's 37-30, China over Czechia.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
and drive. Not rising. We are arriving. Not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned.
Taken.
Undeniable. The future, it's already here.
Forged in sweat, ruled by queens. When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
With the basketball for France, turns the corner, finds Badian, and goes up for two.
It's going to be Onar for three. She has time and knocks it down. And the crowd erupts. But still 10 minutes remaining.
Clark off the Reese screen. Sidestep, deep three! And there's Caitlin Clark for her first triple of the game. And it's the classic sidestep triple. Spins, gets caught by Ryan Howard. Francesca Pasta off the glass is good.
Francesca Pasta.
Long on the wing, looks to drive. Sidestep, what? Are you kidding? How did that go in? And another block! The block party has begun for Nigeria. Balagoon!
Gets it over to Gray. Blocked there by Verona. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kalia Copper with the backdoor cut of her own.
Great pass by Kenton Gray.
San Antonio kicks out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with our first 4-point play of the night. What a finish by Zaida Gonzalez. Clark, a beautiful pass to Burrell. Ray Burrell to Iriafin. She passes right back out to Becker. Spots up from deep, and it's good for 3 points.
Alamon looks for penetration outside. They keep moving it. Perpetual motion here, Belgium. 2 on the shot clock. Corner ball. Mbappe knocks down the 3.
Are you kidding me? Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks the closeout, beat Bruno inside.
Fills it off. It's all right.
Great to have your company here on night 4 of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2026 qualifying tournament in Wuhan, and the home team doing a good job of it at the moment. Enjoy a 7-point lead at halftime. 37-30 is the equation. Han Shu most effective on that 3-of-3 shooting for her, 6 points, and she leads China, along with Yang Chu-yu, also has 6, and Li Yuru. And that's been the key to this, is their spread of scorers. They've used all 12 players, and 10 of them have scored, Laurie.
Well, and when your top scorer, 3 of them only scoring the 6 points, that's the wide spread of scoring, and that is the way they're playing right now. They are moving the ball better than I've seen them in the past. They are looking to make some really good inside looks. Right now they've got 28 points to 16 points in the paint, so that's a good strategy for them with their size advantage, and so they'll want to continue to do that for sure.
They've got 8 players who have grabbed a rebound. They've got 8 players who have dished an assist as well, whereas for Czechia it's all about Emma Chikova. 14 points and 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, she is really doing it, to me, at both ends, because yes, she's scoring, yes, she's rebounding, but it's the defending that she has to do up against the Hanshu, the Li Yuru, battling against bodies, you know, that she's fairly slight, she's undersized compared to those players, and she's been doing a fantastic job at really working hard to defend them.
Bench scoring is 19-4 in favour of China. 15-point differential there, and they lead by 7. So that gives you an indication of exactly how this has unfolded.
Well, the other thing for Czechia is that we said during the call that they are the #1 offensive rebounding team. Well, they have 9 boards that have equated into 10 second chance point opportunities. So every time they go to the ball, go to the boards, secure a rebound, half of those are putbacks or kickouts, and they're scoring from them. So that's something that they need to continue to do, because that, and it sort of surprises me a little bit given the size, you know, disadvantage that they have, but that's just the endeavor they have and the anticipation and going after those boards.
There you see the comparison tonight, the last game against Brazil last night for them. They won that game by 19. It was 84-65. Only came up with 64 points against Mali here on night 2 after 89 on the opening night. Emma Chikova, well, it's been absolutely outstanding what this youngster has brought to the table in this one. 21 years of age, youngest player out there. She averages 12.7 rebounds for USK Praha in her home competition. Member of the under-20, under-18 side for Czechia, and her parents in the house, as they have been for every game. They must be very proud of her, of what she's doing. She's really coming of age here at this tournament.
Well, it's just been a great exposure for her, and overall she's second in the scoring for the team overall, and so that's a good result for her. And then with Rysengerova limited with what she could do with that elbow instance, we know that she actually came into the tournament, Rysengerova, with a bit of an issue with the elbow, a slight fracture, and when she went down in yesterday's game, she virtually re-injured it. We weren't sure if we would see her in today's game, but she knows the importance of this game. The team does, so it's heavily strapped, but we could see when she shot foul shots that she just couldn't have that extension, but she can still set screens, she can still get rebounds.
Captain Yang Chu-yu getting some instructions there, as you can see. We get set to go here in the second half. Just the problem for Czechia is they're on the cusp of making the World Cup here for the first time since 2014. They were actually silver medalists when they hosted the event back in 2010 and lost to the USA in the final. But if they win, they go through. If they don't get the job done tonight, they have to face Belgium tomorrow. And the way Belgium are playing at the moment, well, they're going to beat anybody.
Well, that's true. You have to think that Belgium perhaps will go undefeated in this tournament. That's what their goal would certainly be, so that they could perhaps rise, you know, in world ranking. But that'll be a big ask for Czechia. But, you know, until that last game is played on the last day, and we see the win-losses of all the teams, you know, there could be a tie situation. We just don't know. So every single game is still really important.
Hanshu continues to impress for China. He's had a good tournament so far, and always reliable 41% from the field. She's averaging 5 rebounds, a couple of assists. And a good role model for Jung Soo-yu as well. Only played the 3.5 minutes so far, Jung Soo-yu. 2 points and 1 rebound coming in, as I mentioned. She's averaging 14 points to be 8th in the tournament, 6 rebounds to be 8th, playing just 13 minutes, so it's a work in progress. But
I think we'll see more of her the second half. I think that's the way they've tended to use her, is maybe a little bit sparingly in the first half and bring her on more in the second half. So we'll see if that's the strategy that they put in place for today's game as well.
As we kick off tomorrow with South Sudan against Mali, All African affair. Then it's Belgium, Czechia in the All European affair before China and Brazil go at it in the 15th and final game of the tournament. We spoke about wide margins so far in the tournament. We've had a 30-point ball game 3 of the 4 days so far. And on the other day, they're all in double digits. The only close game we've had was earlier today, and Brazil and Mali put on a show, and it was heartbreaking for Mali to see them capitulate the way that they did, because they led by 14 at 3/4 time, and Brazil were in all sorts of trouble, didn't look competitive in the second or third quarters, and then somehow exploded in the last quarter and climbed over the top of Mali to win at 76-73.
And such an important, if Mali had got that win, that they would have qualified in that game, but now it sends them, you know, to look at the rest of the results, tomorrow's game. So yeah, they were really disappointed, but what a fantastic comeback from Brazil. I think everybody, including ourselves, were a little bit stunned at the way they went about it.
Belgium with those 4 wins sit on top. Brazil 2-2, and then Mali, China 2-1, Czechia 2-1, and South Sudan, who haven't won a game as yet, in the 6th and bottom position at the moment. So China, by view of the other results around them as well, have qualified. Belgium already through as European champions. So Czechia lose this and go to 2-2. Then they were to lose to Belgium and go 2-3. And then Mali beat South Sudan and they go to 2-3. Well, a lot to play out, put it that way.
Well, out of these 6 teams, and we know that in this tournament play, it's a round robin. Everybody plays each other once. Belgium already qualified, so 3 more teams qualified. 2 teams miss out. So it's just going to come down to the wire at this pool, in this pool.
China with a possession arrow. We get underway in the second half. They lead by 7, led by as many as 14. The stages of the second. And they've started this quarter with Jung Soo-yu out there. The pass from Han Chu was a little bit ambitious. Wasn't really on Chikova. This is Pospisilova, who started this term as well.
Both teams starting in a zone.
Outside shot, Hams over. That was a good start for them.
And they need her involved. She didn't score at all in that first half, and you know, she averages 10 points a game, so she needs to be involved. But good strategy by Czechia to go into a zone, given the, you know, the shooting woes of China.
It's 1 of 10 from outside, so now the challenge is on. Now the range shot, shoot. Oh, that's excellent. 4 of 4 from the field now. She leads China with 8. This is Holoshinska getting her first score since quarter time.
Nice little floater by Holoshinska, bank it off the backboard.
She averages 14 a game, Holoshinska, to lead Czechia, so she needs to pick up at the offensive end as well. Here's Han Chu, open outside Jung Soo-yu, puts it on the deck. The long-range 3 from Chayu Jia is all the bottom of the net.
Well, that's what you need to break a zone. A little bit of ball movement, get your feet in the paint, kick it out to a wide open shooter. She was almost being dared to shoot the ball.
8-point edge it is for China. 90 seconds done, term number 3.
Were you ready to catch that, John? That just about fell in your lap there.
Didn't want to get too involved. I'll stick to my role, thanks, Laurie. Barachkova, hams over, puts it on the deck past Han Chu, confronted by Jung Soo-yu. It's going to be called for the foul. Didn't be a appear to be a lot of contact, but it's her first personal, first team foul here in the second half. And we talk about how her teammates are going to work a game plan around her and how the opposition are going to approach the 220-centimetre Jung Soo-Yoo as well. We also have to consider, how do the referees look at what's going on given how big she is, her size and the contact. It's going to be very interesting to see how that unfolds. I think it's a tough ask for the referees as well.
Well, it is, because the referees, as with the players and the teams, come from all different countries. And so in the countries where they referee all the time, there might not be a player, chances are, of that size anywhere else. So yes, it does take a little bit of time to work out. They came early into this tournament and you know, had I guess practices for the referees and instructions and that. So they've done a great job so far in this tournament.
Fans trying to force Holoshinska to miss. She's a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe coming into this game and makes the first there. Celebrated her birthday last Thursday, turned 29, but her team couldn't get a win for it against Mali. A little disappointing. And they talked her out of the second, but it's kept alive. Good job from Yulia Pospisil over there.
Yeah.
Now travelling violation caught on Barachkova.
Just caught it and shuffled her feet just a little bit to get some balance in there.
So a 7th turnover in the game for Czechia. China has 12, which is above where they would like to be. Czechia average 12 a game, look after the ball better than any other team when you consider the pace they run at. That's a good effort from them. Tough shot, Wang Chansi comes up empty. Here's Pospisil over with support. Holoshinska from outside, at the front of the rim. Pospisil over kept it alive for Czechia though. Barachkova, skip pass. Now baseline was Hamzova. Chikova, well, found a way past, and an up and under tumbles for her. She's got 17.
What I liked about that is on the ball reversal and swinging around the perimeter, as soon as she caught it, she drived in and really gave the defense no options there. Really good find.
That's 16. They've adjusted her score at half-time. Oh, that's a good finish under pressure. Jung Soo-Yoo. That was the confusion that we had in the score at half-time. Remembering she took the first free throw and then was subbed out with a blood rule. I think they gave her the point initially. Now they've taken it off her and given it to Stopalova, who actually finished the free throw set for her.
That's fair enough.
Why not? Red numbers on the shot clock. Alishka Hamzova took a quick look up there and saw she needed to get busy. Look at Jung Soo-Yoo. That's a dominant force in the middle there. Well, the outlet pass was a tough one to reel in. She was good enough to get there, Chayujia, but she couldn't hit the target. 7 is the margin. It's where we started this quarter. I feel like Czechia have had the bet of it in the first 4 minutes of the third, and they've got nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. Chayujia. Mahanshu just bobbled the pass. Wang Jianxi. Shot clock getting down to 2. She's going to have to make something happen here in a hurry. Couldn't get it done. Nice skills there from Veronika Barachkova. She goes behind the back and brings Czechia up the floor. Pospisil over, gets it back to her. Now she penetrates with a pass, batted down, but it comes back now to Hamzova. And her 3 is deep.
Still nothing falling from that three-point line. We're now 1 from 15.
China 2 of 11. Whistle here from Silvia Mazziali from Italy. The foul's going to be called on Hamzova. So second foul on Hamzova. As you see, Liuru and Wang Soo-Yoo check back into the game, and joining them as well as Tang Soo Chin. They take out the 2 centers, and Jung Soo-Yoo and Han Shu. Now they'll try a different mix here. Wang Soo-Yoo. Tang Soo Chin. Red numbers on the shot clock again for China. Up and under wouldn't work there for Che Yujia. Now a foul's going to be called on China, so it's going to be a third team foul on China here in this period. The first foul for Wang Siyu.
And I was singing their praises in the first half about how they had some good foul discipline, so they need to get back to that. And that's the thing, when you go into a zone, you're not necessarily, you find that you have to be playing one-on-one defense, but it's a little bit more difficult. And that's when you can get into foul trouble.
Gorachkova elevates, it's off the mark. Chikova kept it alive, and Liu shut her down and then talked her out of the seconds as well. So Wang Siyu looking to get busy, but there's nothing on offer early. They're trying to post up Liu Ru against Chikova, who did a good job just to deny a passing lane, and now they force her out of the paint. So she's top of the key, they look inside of the game. The D was good there from Czechia. Gorachkova zigzagging her way up the floor, did all the hard work and then couldn't finish it. But she's being fouled, according to referee Silvia Marziali, and free throws to come here. Well, she's disappointed after doing all the hard work.
She did all the hard work. The speed that she brought the ball up the court and then weaved her way in around the defenders that were there.
That's a shot she's going to make 9 times out of 10, isn't it? That finish. Just 7 points apiece here in this third term. We played 5.5 minutes. It's been a real grind, but that's not going to bother Czechia because they just need to keep it close. They have to win by an amount. They just need to win. You see Gorachkova there. She had 8 points in that second quarter out of the 18 a team came up with. So China are 6 of 8 from the free throw line so far in the game, and Czechia 5 of 10. As Yang Shuyu hits it from Liu Ru. Again, there's nothing much happening at the offensive end here. Che Yujia has got red numbers on the shot clock, and that pushes it down low for Liu Ru, and a foul's going to be called here on Czechia. It's going to be a second team foul, and it's a third personal for Yulia Rysingerova.
Well, and she just subbed in to give Chikova a bit of a breather. Just having a chat to the coach.
Romana Potachkova there is just querying the call and maybe even considering a challenge here if that's going to be the foul on Rysingerova, because it seems as though each time she's checked into the game she's picked up a foul and didn't appear to be doing a lot wrong. She's going to live with it though. And now we're going to see another foul called, and this is starting to become a real problem because that's 4. I think there's a little bit of responsibility on Yulia Rysingerova as well. Now she's got 3. She just has to rein it in a little bit. I guess she's not doing a whole lot wrong there, but she knows that they're going to be trying to draw something on her.
Like there's no point in just standing so close there to Liu Ru, and then she tries to move, and that's when you draw the foul.
Maybe guard some space or just change the equation, try and get it on your terms. Here's Yang Shu-yul, the captain, with a captain's bucket. Margin at 9. Yang Shu-yul now with 8 points in the game. No one has more for China. The baseline shot, they needed that Czechia, and they get it done.
Well, what a great shot, because I have to say Yang Shu-yul was playing some great defense. She was fighting over those screens, getting her hips through, and so she just was able to stay with her player. But what a shot, what a finish.
Lean pickings for them. 2 of 17 from long range. Anything helping them from there is the fact that China are 2 of 11 and haven't been able to do any damage themselves. Che Yujia hands over. Siyu. Now Liu Ru. Che Yujia gets it back, works baseline. Got away with a nudge there. They count the 2. They said contact was upstairs, so a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, she decided to reject the screen, the high pick and roll, reject it and take herself, go baseline. As we can see there, the defender was trying to get through, and really good decision and strong finish.
25-year-old plays with Chakti here in China, 12 points on average, 69% free throw shooter. Won a gold medal at the World Uni Games for China against the USA last year. Scored 19 points in Germany, so she's an up-and-coming prospect as well. 10 on the shot clock here for Stopalova. Forced into a tough shot, never looked like that. That's good D from China, and they're running one. CU with it. Wants to take on Sidehammerova, talk her out of the points. Li Yuru grabs the rebound, and in a wrestle there, possession arrow is going to be with Czechia. Going to make some substitutions here, though. They're going to bring Chikova back in, and Reisingerova will sit down. Likewise, Katarina Sidehammerova will sit down. She's been replaced by Alishka Hamzova. $11 points apiece in this term, and there is the impact that she can have, Alishka Hamzova. Quickly to the rack and comes up with a finish. 4 in the game for her, all since half-time. One CU. Li Yuru from outside. Yes!
We haven't seen a lot of that from Li Yuru, but we know that she can shoot that shot, so really good, timely three-point basket.
They need an answer here, Czechia. They get the ball in the corner to Stopalova, and she's good enough to knock down the shot. It's a 2-point attempt.
Yeah, a long 2.
Just the score. It's a 7-point edge for China as we count down the last 2 minutes, term number 3. Neither team can afford to foul here, both in the bonus situation. Han Soo Chin eventually releases it to Yang Shu-Yu. Good screen as well. She rolled to the hoop, found an opening. That's excellent play.
Yang Shu-Yu just kept the ball alive long enough for that cutter in there, and she just found her on a dime.
First score of the game for Tung Soo Chin as well. Who started this game, moved into the starting lineup. Outside shot, wouldn't fall there for Varachkova, but it's kept alive by Anyalova. Alishka Hamzova went without it. Shot clock works to 5. Varachkova looking to create, back outside. Hamzova turns it down. Outside shot, Anyalova, yes, she knocks down the 3.
What great teamwork there, passing, moving the ball really crisply. It was popping through hands in that instance for Czechia.
First score of the game for Anyalova. Less than a minute remaining here until three-quarter time. CU has been involved a lot in the offense. One CU goes back to her. That's a tough shot, a little out of control, off balance, and she was fouled though. And going to the free throw line, the whistle from Martin Davison. Only taken one free throw in this quarter, China. Somewhat surprisingly, they're 7 of 9 at 78%. Czechia have had the 4 free throws since half-time. Only a 50% free throw shooter coming into this game at the tournament, averaging 7 points in her 19 minutes, but this has been a good shift from her in this game. I saw Jung Man Man a little inconvenienced at half-time, and I wonder if she might have some problems. She's seen a lot of her. So here's Hamzova one way, back the other. They're patient, the offense, good ball movement. They find the open player, Anyalova, this time from the other wing, can't convert. Oh, it's a good O-board and the putback from Chikova. 18 now for her.
You know, sometimes an O-board is a little bit lucky if it falls into your hand, but often it's about anticipating and getting set early, knowing that the shooter and moving as the ball leaves the shooter's hands. And I think that's exactly what Chikova has been doing.
18 points, 10 boards for her.
So impressive.
57% from the field. First double-double. She's had 5 rebounds in all 3 games prior to this, but been double-digit scoring in all 3 from close range. Nice play. How about that from one CU? Margin is 7. Last play of the half here. Anyalova got good position. She was fouled, and a chance at a 3-point play here as Chayu Jia makes the error. Picks up her second foul, so that was good work from Czechia. They just caught China napping a little with that last play.
Well, they might have thought they were going to just slow it down and come down for one last shot, but really good running of the floor by Sidehamerova.
Anyalova to the stripe. So 5 of her points here. Make that 6 in this quarter. Shayuji will get up the floor quickly here. Foul will send it to the stripe. Went with the left hand. Some sort of finish from Shayuji right on the buzzer, and China extend the margin.
Much to the delight of this packed out crowd, vocal, passionate. What a way to end the third quarter.
Great finish, but it's Czechia who win the quarter 23-22 and a 7-point halftime lead, reduced to 6. It's been largely China in front for the vast majority of the game, but they've still got some work to do as we head into the final quarter.
Well, they certainly do. Czechia's not going to hand this to them on a platter, and Czechia know if they get this win, they will qualify for that Women's World Cup in September. So they're going to give it all they have in this last quarter to try and get the team over to the line. They need some contributions from everybody. Emma Chikova, 18 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double already with 1 quarter to go. She has been phenomenal at both ends of the court with her defense and really restricting some of their big. Liu 9 points, Hanshu 8 points. You know, those are players that she's been matched up on the whole game. So, wow, she has been very, very impressive.
Been impressive from China with their depth as well. All 12 players have scored here in the game, getting nothing from the outside. Just the consistency that they've got, and 51% from the field is certainly helping their chances at the moment. Rebound count is 32 apiece here. China hasn't lost a rebound count here at the tournament so far. Turnovers of 13-7 is too high for China. Foul count 14-11 with Czechia in front there. Set to go in the final quarter here. China has qualified. Will Czechia join them and Belgium? China with a possession arrow and a 6-point lead to get us underway. Chain Minling with it. This is Yang Shu-Yu off the mark. O-board kept alive. Jungman runs back onto the floor here. She didn't play at all in that third quarter, so maybe one last roll of the dice here for her. That's a deep shot off the mark, going to be escorted out of bounds by Gabriela Anyalova.
Well, this is where Czechia want to go. Okay, how many stops in a row can we get? How many times then can we capitalize on that? So that's one stop. See if they can get a score here.
Sidehamerova starts this last quarter. Olishinska, it's 1 bucket since quarter time for her, the leading scorer on the team, averaging 14 a game. Pospišilova's been aggressive, wants to take on Yang Shu-Yu here, but got nothing in return. Oh, well done. Chikova kept it alive. Shot clock about to expire. He couldn't get it done, not surprisingly. So 60 seconds done here in this final quarter, no addition to the score. Foul going to be called on Czechia as Chae Ming-Ling was getting some treatment.
Well, Yang Shu-Yu recognized straight away that there was a mismatch inside, and so instead of passing it around the perimeter, she went straight there. Good decision, resulted in a foul.
Well, after Brazil came from 14 down at three-quarter time earlier today to beat Mali 76-73, don't discount anything from happening here in this one. It's China by 6. A minute played in the final quarter. They look for Han Shu, caught it in the air, and a nifty finish from her as well.
A little alley-oop into Han Shu. Good finish.
Han Shu's been excellent in this game. 5 of 5 from the field. Chance here for China to extend the margin. Yang Shu Yul with a screen from Chae Ming Ling. Now needs support. Around the horn they go. Zhang Man with it. She works to the baseline. And right, nice, well-timed cut there came from Luo Siyu, and she adds to the tally, and the double-digit lead reappears for China. Timeout called here by Czechia. We played almost 2 minutes in this final quarter. That may be as good as China have moved the ball at any stage in the game.
I agree, John, and I was just going to say that that's what, you know, that's the sort of thing Belgium does, and that's the sort of thing that China need to work towards when you look at how long they've played together or what they're doing. But that showed a real recognition of baseline penetration, move off of that, good court vision, and a nice finish. Those are all really quality things that China are bringing right now.
18 assists to 14 in favour of China. There are some other numbers for you. You can see points in the paint being dominant in that category as well. Although Zhang Shu Yu has only had the 4 points so far in the game. She's only played 8 minutes though. Elected to try and get it done via other avenues. 12 scorers in the game to just 7 from Czechia. That's a telling factor.
Well, that's a luxury that China have. If they aren't shooting the 3-ball very well, which they certainly aren't in today's game, 3 from 14, then they need to be looking inside, and they have players in there that can present, that can work hard, get the ball high in the air. So, you know, they have that luxury. Not all teams do, but they've got it in the triple towers. Is that what we're calling them?
Yes, they certainly do. So China by 10. And Czechia need to make something happen. Gorachkova is off the mark. Han Shu with the rebound. It's 5 of 5 from the field, Han Shu. She's also been able to drag down 4 rebounds as well, all at the defensive end. Hands over now, Chae Yujia. She's been good, had 9 points in that third quarter. Out of the 22 a team came up with, including that miracle on the 3/4 time buzzer. She turns provider for this one. Shot off the mark from Chae Ming Ling though. And a chance here for Gabriela Anyalova. Contact, no whistle there. She bounces off Zhang Man. Now Gorachkova picks up the dribble, nothing on offer. Single digits on the shot clock. They reset. Gorachkova, screen from Chikova, who rolls to the Herbert, hands over. Stepping inside, confronted by Han Shu, talked her out of the points. Pospisilova fires. Now the loose ball scramble. They kept it alive. Hamzova did well there. Well, it's difficult trying to get the result they want, but there's certainly nothing wrong with the work ethic at the moment. As Alishka Hamzova goes to work. Here's Chikova. Turns around, banks 2.
What poise from Chikova. She was under immense pressure, both physicality and the shot clock. Really good finish.
First score in this quarter for Czechia. It took almost 3 minutes. They're going to need a little more than that if they're going to pull this one out of the fire. Han Shu dishes outside. Zhang Man fires. That's off the mark. Overboard, and the touch putback is a good finish from Luo Siyu. So they've got the answers at the moment, China, no matter what Czechia throw at them. As Gorachkova fires, that's off the mark. Chae Yujia continues to impress. Third board, 9 points to go along with that. Penetration, good kick in the corner. Short 3 though. Alishka Hamzova. Czechia up the floor. Gorachkova got just 2 points to their name here in more than 4 minutes of this quarter, but you can add another 3 now. Emma Chikova is single-handedly dragging them into the contest here. She's got 23 points. That's her first triple of the game. The margin cut to 7. Han Shu takes them on. Appeared to be contact. Surprised there was a whistle. It was a late one from Silvia Marciali. But Han Shu got Chikova off balance, drew the foul. It's going to be a first personal foul. Now that's amazing given she's had to guard the two giants from China and almost single-handedly be the defensive stopper, and then she's supplied 23 points at the other end.
Well, it's interesting with Han Shu. She's got 10 points right now, 4 rebounds. Yet I feel she's been more influential than that. She is going all out, setting screens for her teammates, rolling hard to the basket, attracting defenders. She's not always getting the ball, but I think her work rate has been exceptional in this game.
Couldn't agree more, Laurie. You feel for Emma Chikova as she gets a rest. 23 points, 12 rebounds. I don't think we've given the MVP of the game to a player on a losing team so far at this tournament, but gee whiz. What she's done here as she tries to power her team to the World Cup for the first time in 12 years needs to be recognised. Singarova's out there. She's got 4 fouls. We've got more than 5 minutes left on the clock. Slow pass. Finds Holoshinska, though. And it's all the bottom of the net. They needed that. She's now hit a second 3. She's got 9 points in the game.
Well, more importantly, it brings them back within 6 points with 5 minutes to go.
That's where we started this term, and now a foul going to be called on Saithamarova. It's going to be her 3rd personal. It's a 3rd team foul on Czechia in this quarter. China yet to commit.
Yeah, it just wasn't a necessary foul. It was right in the middle in the open court. It wasn't like she was streaming down there. Those are the sort of things that you've got to take care of and not have those fouls.
The timeout called, exactly 5 minutes left on the clock here in Wuhan, and it's China leading 67-61. They led by 5 at quarter time. Around by 14 at one stage in the second before we settled for a 37-30 halftime lead for China. It was a 6-point buffer when we turned into the 4th quarter. And in this term, it's been 8 points apiece in the first 5 minutes. So 6 is the margin, as referenced there by those numbers. A reminder, tomorrow we have a rest day, and then we'll be back on Tuesday for the last day. South Sudan against Mali, Belgium against Czechia, and China against Brazil. No microphones in the huddle in the 4th quarter here. So I'm able to bring you the audio.
Sorry, John, for China, Han Shu has 12 points, so it's not like any one player is being prolific and just dominated this game. And then you've got 2 scorers, both scoring 9 points, is Li Yiru and Shea. So it's been a real team effort from China. Nobody has stood out like Emma Chikova has for Czechia, 23 points.
She's been outstanding, a 21-year-old.
I know she's sitting right now. I don't think she should sit for very long. Raisa Singerova has come on.
Playing with 4 fouls, so Dimitri's Dantas on Brazil had 30 against Czechia on game day 3. That's the highest individual tally that we've seen. Chikova's 23 has been memorable. Young Shu with it, skip pass in the corner. Lual Siyu. Big bucket from her. Extends the margin to 9.
But a good answer.
Obvious foul going to be called. And Li Yiru getting value for money with that one. Hard foul. That was brave stuff there from Barachkova.
She has been in the battle line this game, I have to say. She has put her body on the line numerous times. She's up to 10 points now.
Had 17 against Brazil last night, was MVP in the win by 19 points. But they've got a little bit of work to do here. Down 7, 4.5 to play.
Well, they can't exchange baskets. They need to come up with some good stops.
Oh wow, Singarova's been called for a 5th foul here. She's going to be out of the game. And the contact there, well, it was 50-50 one way and back the other there. Wrestling with Li Yiru, you can see it there. That's a tough night at the office for Julia Singarova. She fouls out in just 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Didn't take a shot. None of 2 from the free throw line. So a brave effort from her. We know she's under duress with that fractured elbow that was re-injured here at the tournament. And that's not a nice way for her to exit. Jung Man Man, got a good look. It's deep, loose ball, and it's picked off by Holishinska. A foul going to be called on China here.
It's only China's second foul, so they got a few to play with in this last quarter. 4 minutes to go.
Wow, just reaching in there, picking up the foul. Her second. Got 4 players with 2 fouls, China. That's the most for any individual. Stopalova's outside shot, caught the back of the rim. Kei Ming Ling grabs the rebound.
See if China can have good shot clock management, not rush things.
Pass from Yang Shu Yu. Li Yuru for the triple. Couldn't get it to go. Brachkova grabs the rebound. Zaidamarova running. They've got a 3-on-2 fast break for the moment. Holishinska!
And that's their shooter of the team, Holishinska. Great recognition where she was. Find her in that transition basket.
Argent cut to 4 here. Czechia coming to life, and there's a buzz in the crowd as well. 7 threes in the game now for Czechia. That includes 4 in this quarter after they had 3 in three-quarter time. And an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on China here. Well, Jung Man Man reached in. Did she make a play at the ball? Not according to referee Ruben Woolcock from Australia. And there you see it.
Just grabbed her around the waist. And right now, China are feeling the scoreboard pressure that Czechia is putting back on them. 4 points after leading for pretty well all of the game. This is a real challenge for them.
So the coach is going to challenge this. John Lu Ming wants clarification on if it was an unsportsmanlike foul. One challenge.
The unsportsmanlike foul call on red 1. We're going to review if the contact meets the criteria for unsportsmanlike foul. Can you show me main camera at normal speed, please? Okay, so we see there is a reach by red 1 across the body. Can you show me the baseline angle from the left hand? Other side, please. Okay, so the ball is past the defender. The defender reaches just across the body. It's unnecessary contact. What do you say?
Can you please go back to, is there a crossover on the dribble? Ball's on the right hand.
Yep.
Right hand. Yeah, for me there's no play at the ball.
Okay, there's no crossover. Reach across the body, so after review, the coach's challenge is not successful. The unsportsmanlike foul on red 1 will stand. We have 2 shots for white 1 and white possession.
Explanation there from Ruben Woolcock, working with Martin Davidson, an Australian referee.
Unsportsmanlike foul, 2 shots.
And a New Zealand referee combining there to come up with the result. She really didn't have a play at the ball. So Jung Man Man, it's a first personal, 3rd team foul on China. Zaidamarova feeling the pressure as well. She hadn't missed a free throw coming into this game.
Well, interesting that they put Chung Zhu-Yu into the lineup right now. We know that means they have to go into a zone, which could leave things a little bit more wide open for Czechia. But it also gives them a massive scoring option at the other end.
58% free throw shooting percentage. Second worst in the competition. It's haunting them at the moment. They've left 7 points out there. They trail by 4. Red numbers on the shot clock. Brachkova. Now you have to get busy. Stopalova. Just got it off in time. O'Board kept alive. It wouldn't fall for Jakova. But it's kept alive again by Stopalova. They've closed to within 2.
Wow.
Well, the fans are stunned here in Wuhan because China Led by double digits in this term, but it's a 15-7 run since then. In the last 6 minutes, Czechia, who need to win to qualify for the World Cup in September, are doing their best. A whistle on the play here as Wang Chun-si goes to the hoop, so she's been fouled, and we're going to have a pair of free throws for her.
Well, I know we're on the edge of our seats, so I'm sure all the fans here are as well, because what a comeback by Czechia. Real test for China now to see if they can steady, keep this lead, still be proactive in what they do out there. This is where you've just got to hold your nerve.
82% free throw shooter for her club, and that's her first miss at the tournament as well, so you get harder the closer you get to the conclusion here. She makes the back end, so that's a little bit of breathing space. It's a 3-point buffer, 2:25 to play. We've already had a 3-point thriller today with Brazil beating Mali 76-73. But Czechia need a win, qualify for the World Cup. Vrachkova puts it on the deck. Oh, it was stolen away. She looked up for a passing lane, and it was stripped away from her with the active hands of Lual Siyu. Trying to post up Jung Soo Yu. They get it inside. She controls the pass. She's double teamed, and now they get an open look from the outside.
That's exactly what Wang Soo Yu did yesterday in her game, where she dominated. What a great timely basket from the 30-year-old Wang Soo Yu.
First 3 of the game for her. Now with 8 points and timeout Czechia. 1:57 to play. They find themselves down by 6. This has been a terrific contest. And when we spoke pre-game about the parallels and so close in a lot of the statistical categories between these teams, we were hoping this is what we would get. And it's lived up to all expectations.
Well,
really good contest.
There's parallel in the game as well. Neither team are shooting the 3-ball well, so they've had to rely on different things. For China, it's getting it up in the air and getting it to their bigs. For Czechia, it's penetrating, getting their feet in the paint and trying to draw some fouls. So it's been a really interesting contest.
15 points apiece in this quarter. We started the term China on top by 6, got out to 10 inside the first 2 minutes. And since then, Czechia have been able to reel it back in, but they're where they started this term.
So they've advanced the ball. They'll have set up a 3-point play, perhaps, or a quick hitter 2. 2 minutes is a long time.
Chikova with it, double team. Saidhamarova, who missed the free throws, is going to make amends with a 3-ball from deep, and she gets them back to within a single bucket.
She just had a little stare down at the basket before she shot it.
Still work to do here for China. Trying to post up Jung Soo Yu. They can't find a passing lane for at the moment. The low block. Well done, Chikova again, denying the pass. The captain, Jung Soo Yu, fires. Well, what an answer. She thought about it for a long time, and she made the right decision.
She debated and debated that. Oh my God.
A big 3 at the other end. This is some sort of shooting display as Stopalova knocks down the triple.
Wow, this is elite women's basketball at its best.
A little over a minute to play. They go to Jung Soo Yu, who makes room from close range. She's called for the offensive foul. It's a second personal, 4th team foul on China in this quarter. You see just use of the arm and the body just a little too strong for the liking of the referees.
But how about the raining of the 3s? We've been talking about it all game, how they just haven't been falling for either team. And then in the matter of this last minute, 3 or 4 3s. Unbelievable.
Well, they were 3 of 19 at 3-quarter time, Czechia. Couldn't buy a 3, and they're 5 of 6 here in the last quarter. That's what they've been able to do. China likewise. Well, they had 3 threes at three-quarter time and another 3 here, but the veterans got it again here. Wang Siyu. Oh, this is draining stuff for Czechia bands and their coach, Romana Potachkova. Well read by the veteran.
So well read, so well timed, active hands, not afraid to get up and get in and get that steal, and then just off to the races and finished it off to give them a 5-point margin now with 53 seconds to go.
Well, she did it against South Sudan 24 hours ago, Wang Siyu. She had 12 points in the third quarter when they were unsteady, and another 5 in the last to finish with 17 after scoreless at halftime. She picked up the MVP. And here in this one, she's had 5 of her 10 in the last quarter again. She tries to drive them across the line to victory.
Well, you have to say she's the oldest player on the team, 30 years of age, and she is bringing all that experience, and that's why she is on the court right now, leading this team.
Two-time Olympian, two-time World Cup player as well for China. Part of the bronze medal winning team at the Asia Cup as well, where she averaged 9 points and 5 assists to be top 5 in the competition. Had 19-7 and 7 against Korea in the bronze medal game. It goes to show you that big games bring out the best in her.
Well, and this is so exciting for her to be playing in front of the home crowd, and what a game they are witnessing here. It's not over. We still have just under a minute to go.
Czechia to restart, down 5. They're shooting now better than they have at any stage in the game. Holoshinska, their leading scorer, gets it against Wang Siyu. She fires, it's well short, loose ball, getting after it, Wan Shanxi. She navigates away across halfway. Neither team can afford to foul, both in the bonus situation. Wang Siyu goes on with it, it opens up for her.
She will be a fan favorite today.
They forced the error as well, and the fans are breathing a little more easily now. Czechia turn it over. But what a performance this is from Wang Siyu. 7 of her 12 in the last quarter. And game breaker again, coming off an MVP performance. Oh, she's bumped by Holoshinska, so that's going to send her to the free throw line at the other end as well.
Well, she'll get to add to her total if she can make these couple of free throws.
Holoshinska picks up her second personal. Their coach, Gong Lu Ming, wants an unsportsmanlike foul called here on Holoshinska. I certainly didn't feel there was more than just a bump between them. The referees are going to have a chat about it, though. Ruben Woolcock there with Martin Davison and Silvia Marziali from Italy. As you can see, the appeal from China coach Gong Lu Ming.
Well, both coaches have done an excellent job in their subbing, in their management of players and minutes and their matchups. It's been really intriguing to watch this.
So, foul is an ordinary garden variety called on Holoshinska, so 2 free throws. Well, Wang Siyu, 1 of 2 from the free throw line at this stage. 2 of 3 coming in to this game at the tournament. 86% for her club team. Sichuan, 72% at the Asia Cup. So the interpreter is there with the coach and Australian referee Ruben Woolcock. Silvia Marziali just discussing the situation with Wang Siyu as well. 27 seconds left to play here. China by 7. Almost put it away here from the free throw line. A big final quarter this has been, as you can see. Wang Siyu outstanding.
Outstanding is absolutely right, John.
So the margin out to 9. You wonder about the capacity now of Czechia to make something of this. They've come up empty once more. And they're going to have to do it the hard way and try and get a win against Belgium tomorrow to progress, because China have done enough here. Foul going to be called on Holishinska. Some more free throws to come. A 4th personal for her. Not quite sure that it was necessary or maybe even there. I think Petra Holishinska is of the same opinion. So the LCU goes to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 so far in the game. 4 of 4 prior to this game in the tournament.
Well, you never know when other results sort of fall your way, and as we mentioned at one point, there could be a tie, and then points for and against come into play, but we'll have to wait and see till after the end of that last game tomorrow.
Czechia will get possession here, but they're going to make the substitution. Saidhamarova sits down, replaced by Anyalova. Another outside threat comes in. With less than 3 minutes to play, it was a 2-point ball game. So the final scoreline isn't going to be reflective of what a terrific contest this has been.
Yeah.
Chikova goes to the corner, and the 3 on the buzzer is off the mark. So China escaped. They did it the hard way, but they have got home in the final analysis here by a double-digit win. It's China 84 defeating Czechia 74 here in Wuhan. 14 points to 6 in the last 2 and a bit minutes. Closes out the game for Gong Lu Ming and China. Czechia with an appointment tomorrow against the undefeated Belgium. They've got their hands full if they're going to keep the dream alive. China, they move to 3-1 here at the tournament. Wins over Mali, South Sudan and Czechia in a 15-point loss to Belgium. That was a tough night at the office, Laurie Chiswick.
Well, Czechia can really hold their heads high because they played some excellent basketball. And they did against Brazil yesterday to take that 19-point win. But it's all about China right now. They've qualified. They're getting the presentation of their boarding pass to the Women's World Cup in September. So exciting for them.
Wang Siyu fan club in the house as well. She deserves all the accolades she gets here. 9 points in the last quarter out of the 25 her team came up with.
And we can see Chikova on the screen. She was just massive, 23 points.
So China, who were silver medalists in Sydney at the last World Cup, were also silver medalists in 1994 in Sydney as well. They've been to the last 12 World Cups now with qualification. Here in Wuhan, they are through. Mission accomplished. Well done to them. At times they hasn't been at their best, but it's not a matter of how, it's how many, and they've done enough here to win by 10 points on the back of another terrific display from the veteran Wang Siyu, who finishes with 14 points, their leading scorer, after she had 17 last night to lead them in scoring. I don't think that was on her script when she came into this tournament to be doing all this.
But isn't it great to see that her leadership, her experience can bring this team? I think today's game is one of the better games that I've seen them play this tournament. And as we said, Czechia took it right at them, but they steadied at the right time. They got some good contributions. It was a spread of contributions across the board, and so really exciting for them to be able to do this in front of their home crowd as well.
Still for Emma Chikova, she finishes with 23 points and 13 rebounds, a lone hand against one of the biggest teams in the world. She did everything she could, including 5 in the last quarter. China, well, they steadied after they were challenged, and they found enough petrol in the tank to get across the line. Just shot the ball a little better, and their edge in depth as well. Bench scoring was 45 to 13. The bench end up scoring more than the starters did for China.
Well, that's what we were saying. It didn't matter who was on the court. They were all working together. They were seeing who was open. When their shots weren't dropping until really late in that fourth quarter, they were able to navigate, get that ball inside to some of their bigger players, and just ended up with a fantastic result.
So Belgium, European champions, had already qualified. China will join them in Germany and Berlin from September 4 at the World Cup. Czechia, Brazil, and now Mali as well. Well, could they come up with something unusual and still get through here? Tomorrow South Sudan play Mali, so them will win. Brazil and Czechia, well, there's still a lot to unfold. Trust you've enjoyed our coverage here from Wuhan for this one. It's a 10-point win for China. It was closer than that might suggest. It's been an entertaining day of action as well, with Brazil beating Mali by 3. Belgium big winners over South Sudan by 38. You see the spots are starting to fill here. 9 now have been covered and 7 remain to be qualified for the World Cup in Berlin. So that just about wraps us up here from Wuhan. Rest day tomorrow before the final day. Hope you can join us for that. For now, though, on behalf of Laurie Chiswick and our hard-working team behind the scenes, I'm John Casey. It's good night from Wuhan, where China get the job done 84-74 over Czechia.